And in 1, 2, 3, man, we have 3 live streams going on right now. How cool is that? Let me just adjust everything here. Perfect lighting. You can see my head shining. Take a bit of water. Put the camera in the right place. So, and we're live. We're live. It's been some time since I did a live session, but from now on, every Monday night, I will do a weekly live session on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Periscope as well. So we're going live worldwide. And it's good to be back. I'm super busy, but yeah, I'm gonna make time for this every week and share some hopefully valuable insights that will help you guys out. And what I'm aiming for to do is to do sessions, to do these live sessions for about 20 to 30 minutes max. Yeah, because I mean, everyone's busy, so am I, and I respect your time. So by you watching this, I'm very grateful. I'm happy that you're here. And yeah, I'm just gonna let it run for a little bit more to allow people to plug in, because we got people coming in from all sides, all directions, and we don't want anyone to miss out on the value that I'm going to share with you in a bit. So yeah, some of the topics that I'm going to talk about during this session, well, basically what got me into the game, you know, a little bit about me so that you know who I am and what I'm about, and what keeps me going in this amazing scene of male self-help. I'm going to talk about relationship troubles, yeah, because I'm going to talk more about beyond the game, yeah. So talk about relationships, about influencing skills, about the natural life cycle of a relationship, and how to pass by the natural boundaries and make it work for a longer time. And what else? Yeah, I think that that'll cover it, because I'm gonna really dive into that. I really want to go into that deeper. So people are plugging in. I see Instagram is going. My Periscope is also taken off right now. And yeah, we have Facebook. So yeah, guys, welcome. I'm gonna slowly start up. So who am I? Who's Rick Dutch? Who's that Rick Dutch guy? Well, first of all, I'm Dutch, huh? 1 and 1 is 2. Rick Dutch. I've gotten that name because I used to be a semi-professional DJ back in the days, and I traveled around the world a lot, playing at parties and meeting a lot of international people. And when I told them my real name, which is Rink, they all said, "What, Rick?" And at some point I just went with the name. Everybody internationally calls me Rick, which is fine. I respond to that. And what else? Yeah, I'm the Dutch guy. So that's how Rick and Dutch became Rick Dutch, which sounds pretty awesome to me, if you ask me, right? So yeah, I'm actually quite a veteran in the game. I've been in the game, in the Dutch scene, for about 12 years now, which makes me, well, quite a veteran, you know. 12 years in this game, playing the game live in field, and then also becoming a professional coach started to work with guys like Shawn Michael and Mystery, and like some of the big top-notch guys that I'm very proud to say that they are my mentors, my personal mentors. And yeah, so I've some amazing experiences to share with people, with you. And so what got me in the game in the first place? Was it like many how do you say, like a lack of sexual access to women? No, it was not. It was actually a relationship exploding, a relationship going bad. It exploded after 12 and a half years. And the emotional pain that I felt really got me wanting to understand what the hell was going on. Like, why did this happen? This is not something that I learned from, in Hollywood movies. In Hollywood movies always had this happy ending. So why did this shit happen to me? I lost my entire life, basically. My car, my house, all the stuff in the house, access to my daughter, painful stuff. So I basically, driven by frustration, I wanted to find out what was going on a deeper level, and I wanted to become an expert on it. Basically, I wanted to know every single thing that happens during relationships. And that's 12 years ago, and now I'm at a point that I work with an international team, an amazing team of great coaches, great individuals worldwide, to give trainings internationally and coach people, train people, give trainings live, do one-on-one sessions, and also Skype sessions, which is awesome. I'm really passionate about working with people. I'm a people person, so there you go, And I'm not telling you that to show, like, to have a pity party about my relational breakups and all that stuff, but to let you know that I'm actually in the trenches with you. Like, all of us, our entire team, we're out there in the field and we're practicing what we preach. We're out there engaging in social interactions with women and starting up relationships, whether they are short relationships like one-night stands or longer relationships. So we actually go exactly through the same shit that you are going through. Because, hey, women are women, and they give us all the same shit equally. Like, they give us equally a hard time. Not just you. It's like me, myself, right now. I'm going through some relational turmoil with the girl that I've been with for the past almost 10 years. And well, that's basically life. That's life. That's love. That's what happens. When you engage in a relationship with a woman, whether it be a short-term or long-term relationship, things will go good, things will go well, but things also will go downhill at some point. So yeah, so there's no difference. That's the point that I'm trying to make right now, is that you and we're going through exactly the same shit. Our team, me, you, we're all in the trenches. You're not alone. We're out there with you. We're doing this together. And it's just like being a 40-year-old man that I am right now. I'm going to be 41 in August, and having had girls in my life, girls in my life my entire life. I just know how to deal with things a little bit differently. I know, managing my own emotions, something that I'm going to discuss a little bit later as well. Managing my emotions. So for the ones that are popping in right now, really short, Rick Dutch, the Dutch guy working with 3-second rule, very experienced coach, very experienced trainer, been doing this stuff for professionally about 10 years now, like a decade, but I've been in the game for 12 years, going through exactly the same stuff that you're going through. And plowing on, learning every single day, you know. So yeah, so that's it. Um, and why am I choosing the topic of relationships over talking about pickup like everyone else? Well, seriously, the reason why I'm here sitting right now speaking to you guys and sharing what I'm, you know, my life views and my interests and my experiences when it comes to women is because 12 years back, or 12 and a half years back, well, somewhere like that, my relationship exploded. Yeah. So it was not because of a lack of sexual access, because I've had girlfriends all, you know, all through my life, but it was the emotional pain that I felt when the relationship with the mother of my daughter exploded in a very, very bad way. So obviously and naturally, the interest that I have in when it comes to these things are all relationship related. You know, I don't really, you know, I'm not the guy that needs to have sex all the time. No, hey man, you know, pickup, when you really think of it, when you're into pickup for quite some time. Hey Matt, how you doing? Good to see you. Well, good to see you here. Hope to see you sometime soon again. Um, who else is online? Cubic and Jed and Adam, and that's on Instagram. Cool that you guys are here. Um, yeah, but as I wanted to say, like at some point in your pickup career, you'll start to realize that pickup is not very hard. Like when you really think of it, when you learn it properly, like how we teach it, proper pickup, like instead of being the chaser and trying to pick up girls, being attractive, yeah, because that's exactly what we do. We influence in such a way that we become the attractive person, so we pull people into our world. So when you understand that process, and when you understand pickup is not that hard. You know, pickup isn't that hard. It's, in my opinion, a skill set that I suggest you lock down as fast as possible, like creating attraction, influencing people in a positive way, in such a way that they feel attracted to you, or at least interested. Yeah. So I suggest you lock down that skill set, and you can easily do it in a year and a half, 2 years, if you do it properly, if you practice correctly, if you practice perfectly, yeah, to become really good at it. And then you're not a master, but you're good enough. Yeah, you're good enough. You know what's going on. You know that you know what's happening around you in social in social situations. And you know, and when you understand that, when you're at that level that you understand what's going on, let it go, you know, because I mean, going too far and going into it too deep and doing what we're doing, I mean, it can actually be damaging to your emotional circuitry. Like right now, like last week I had a talk with one of my personal mentors, Sean Michael Discovery, and like I told him that I'm still like I still have a very high closing ratio. I meet a lot of women, and you know, it just goes really naturally right now. My funnel is constantly filled with new numbers, and you know, it's trickling down and to dates, and then to second dates and one night stands, and you know whatnot. You know, it's how I call it, a funnel, like a marketing funnel. You put in leads on top, and then it just trickles down. So yeah, that's how I view that whole cycle, the pickup cycle. But right now, I'm at the point where I've had so much sex in the last 10 years that it's not that simple anymore to how would I explain this? How would I say this? To I'm kind of desensitized to what's going on. It doesn't really touch me inside like it did before, like years back, and I have no idea where my lay count is right now. It's more than 5, believe me, it's more than 5. But that's what I mean. It's like I'm completely desensitized to having regular sex right now, that with girls that I don't have a connection with. Yeah, and this is important, like the connection part. So I've had so much one-night stands, and it's like, not so long ago I was having like sexual intercourse with a very cute girl, actually, and she gave a hell of a blowjob, which was really awesome, and she she was really proud of giving me like such a good blowjob. But like after a while we were having sex and I was doing my thing, and I was like, I don't know, I just didn't feel it, and it's starting to happen more and more. You know, that's the downside of pickup, of going into hardcore pickup, trying to pick up all these girls and just going through the numbers. It makes you emotionally numb. It's what happens. You get desensitized, and it seems as if I need more freakish freakish sex to, like, I need whips and stuff, to actually be emotionally stimulated enough to enjoy the process of a one-night stand and having sex with women that I don't really connect with. And at some point, personally, I get fed up with it. It's not what I enjoy doing anymore. It's the relationships that count way more for me. They're way more important. It's yeah, it's I want to have more meaningful sex. With a girl that I connect with, the sex is so much better. It's so much better. And in the beginning, like when you start out on your journey, you just want to rack up the numbers. And I say, yeah, I'll do that, but like do it for a year and a half, 2 years, get your skill locked down, and then stop going through the numbers. Yeah. And move on to relationships, building relationships, influencing on a whole different level. Yeah. Because going through the numbers does not make you an alpha. Or more of a man. Yeah. It can make you actually an emotionally retarded person. So yeah, I suggest you become sufficient enough and then go through it. Yeah. Go and start relationships with people, because honestly, and this is where I see a lot of guys that are very experienced, and they agree with me. It's because at relationships, that's where the game, like the real game, starts. Yeah, there's much more influencing skills needed, because you have much more emotional ups and downs, because you're actually emotionally attached. Where pickup is, for an example, the fun stage. Everything just goes in a fun way, because everything is new. Nature helps with a cocktail of emotions, like adrenaline, for an example. When you meet new people, you feel that excitement and butterflies. That's because of the adrenaline that you feel. When you then go a little bit further, testosterone. Both genders, you produce testosterone. And that creates that helps with sexual desire, with seductiveness with a woman. It gives her that seductive flow. It gives men a higher sex drive. You become more masculine. when the testosterone levels raise. Estrogen for women, for an example, it makes them more attractive and seductive to men. You know, women with a higher estrogen level, they have more, yeah, that female, that feminine flow. Yeah, and then you get oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, which are the the feel good hormones. Yeah, the feel good hormones. And after all that, the what is that called? Vasopressin, I think it is, which is the love hormone. It's we call it the monogamy hormone. It makes you bond with that one person. So you go through a whole cycle of that emotional, the cocktail of emotions. But after a while, after a natural cycle of around 3.5 to 4 years, it's over. Yeah, nature does not provide you with anything anymore, and you, as a person, will have to start and do the work. So then, you have to be consciously aware of that. Your emotions aren't naturally helping you, and you're going to have to put in the work yourself. So what exactly is it that you can do to create a positive relationship long term? Well, in a nutshell, yeah, I'm not going to go like deeply into everything that I understand about it, but two very important things are: qualify the right person. Understand that you don't just jump into a relationship with anyone. I mean, think about it. Be a little bit logical about it. Instead of following your dick and following your emotions, which feel good, obviously, also try at least to think with your head, like, is she a good match? Is she a good fit? Yeah. Allow yourself some time to qualify that person properly. And personally, I don't believe in that standard thing that opposites are a great match together. Like, I mean, find someone that actually is not your opposite, like someone with the same humor, with the same hobbies, with the same life views, with the same open-minded, like you are. Because when the passion is gone, what will be left between the two of you? It's a great friendship, right? I mean, if you don't have that friendship, if you don't align with the people, with your girlfriend, if you don't align, if it was all lust, what happens if the lust is gone? The relationship is gone. I mean, there's nothing holding you together. Yeah. And two, point two, what was point two? Yeah. Know that the cocktail of good emotions will end at some point, and that you will actually have to put in the work needed to help Mother Nature in providing some of those good emotions. Because, and what do I mean with that is, yeah, like, you're not being driven by a natural cocktail of hormones. You're consciously driven to take the steps needed to nurture your relationship. And what are some of those things? Well, hugging, kissing, doing fun stuff together, orgasming together. I mean, did you know that, for an example, dopamine and oxytocin together, yeah, they form a great cocktail, a very powerful cocktail of hormones that strengthens the sense of connection between you and your lady. Yeah, so dopamine and oxytocin strengthens the sense of connection between you and your lady. Now, dopamine is something that is released by doing fun and exciting and new things together. Fun, excitement, new experiences releases dopamine. So the mistake that a lot of people make when they're in a relationship is that they stop doing fun stuff. They stop doing exciting things together. They sit down together. They forget everything that they've enjoyed in the in love phase, and they sit down. They don't nurture the relationship with good hormones, with dopamine and oxytocin. So doing fun stuff, doing exciting things, doing, I don't know, anything that you can think of together with the person that you're in a relationship with, that releases the dopamine and the oxytocin, because that's how you reload the battery. Yeah, and you need to do that. You really need to do that, and it's a conscious choice that you're going to do so, because you're not motivated by nature anymore, by Mother Nature, who already gave you that cocktail. You already went through that life cycle of 4 years max. Then you are going to have to do the work. You're going to have to do the work. And so that was dopamine and oxytocin. What else? Dopamine also is oxytocin is released by hugging, and not just giving a hug and a pat on the back. Oh, I hate those hugs, no, a real hug for more than 7 or 10 seconds, more than 7 seconds. I think you have to hug, give a real hug, and just experience the hug, and it will release oxytocin. Kissing releases oxytocin. If you passionately kiss the woman that you love, you hug her 10 seconds or more, releases oxytocin. When you kiss her passionately, it releases oxytocin. And also when you orgasm, it releases oxytocin. So even when you don't feel like hugging, even if you don't feel like kissing or like having sex, I understand, but still make that conscious choice to seduce the woman that you love, that you are in a relationship with. Seduce her, create a nice atmosphere, make it a seductive atmosphere, and do whatever is needed to reload your batteries, your batteries with passion. Like you need to. I mean, go on adventures together. Try new hobbies. Go to theme parks, for an example. To get that adrenaline rush. I mean, it's the same hormone that you have when you just meet her, when you've just met, but now you're consciously going after the adrenaline instead of naturally feeling it. And yes, even when you don't feel like it, have sex. It's fun, it's good for your health, and it stimulates the sexual drive, in both of you. So so there you go. And I see a lot of messages passing by. Jeremy Godo says, hey Rick. Hey Jeremy, it's good to see you. Sean Michael is online. Sebastian Gold has some really good stuff that he's sharing every Saturday evening. So you really want to check his lives as well. And also, and feel free to send me your questions. If there's something that you want to talk about, I mean, I'm online right now, and when I'm gone, I'm going to be gone for a whole week. So right now, if there's anything that you like about what I said, if there's anything that you want to ask about anything that I just mentioned about going after the hormones, yeah, for an example, I mean, ideas about how I do it, yeah, post them right now and we'll discuss them. Facebook and Instacrap, as Sean Michael likes to say. Instacrap. Kenzie is online, one of the ladies that I coach. Good to see you, Kenzie. Great that you're here. Dante is online. Shelby Thomas, good to put a face to the name. Exactly. Shiny head behind the profile. So Jeremy, what you say? I was in a long-term relationships and I don't want to do that. So what exactly didn't you want to do? If you can type that out, let's dive into it a little bit deeper. Yeah, but maybe this is what you're talking about, Jeremy. Yes, it is pretty challenging to do something, yeah, to take the conscious step to put effort into a relationship, into maintaining the bond, the intimacy, the connection, when you're not naturally motivated to do so. I understand it's pretty challenging. It's like I didn't do that like in my first relationship after like 12 and a half years. That's a long time. After 4 years, all of that was gone. Can you imagine how the rest of those years were? You know, like, and I didn't know this. I mean, no one told me this. I had to learn the hard way, you know? But, you know, but like still by having sex together, like consciously motivating yourself to seduce the woman that you're in, I take it that you're with because you really want to, and by orgasming together, you both get a shot of the right hormones. And this is needed. This is really needed to reload your sexual batteries and to strengthen your bond together. If you sit down and you don't do anything about it, it's going to go down. At some point, you're just like, I mean, maybe it's just my parents, but I know a lot of people, you know, around me. I've seen my parents sitting down. There was no passion between the both of them, and you know, that's not what I want. It's not the right example for me. You know, I don't want that. You know. Yeah, Jeremy, like, you know, you're bored. Yeah, you get bored. You get bored and you grow apart, and that's exactly why if you choose to be in a relationship together, that it's a conscious choice. It's not just motivated by lust. I mean, lust is great, you know, I understand, it's awesome, it's amazing, but to be in a relationship long term, you're gonna have to make a conscious choice. You're gonna have to do that. Like when my first relationship exploded, I met a new girl, like right in that moment. I met a new girl and I was in love with her. It was, you know, we made eye contact. She walked into the place where I was a chef. We had an open kitchen. I was standing there being the chef, you know, cooking, and she walked in and our eyes connected and that was it. I mean, you know, so after some time of getting to know her, I made a conscious choice to spend time with her, to invest in her, because I liked the way she behaved. Like, long story short, we aligned very well. Yeah. Um, so it was a conscious choice. And having been through an earlier relationship where the lust was gone at some point, and learning about these things, then I understood, okay, after some time the passion is going to go, and I'm going to have to consciously invest in maintaining as much of that passion as possible, as if I possibly can. And for nearly 10 years, I managed to do so. I managed to do so. I also used a lot of the rules of attraction, yeah, which is very important. Um, and yeah, Jeremy, I mean, you're saying I lost attraction for her. She didn't want to grow, so my motivation was lost. Yeah, we just didn't align anymore. And I understand that, that happens as well. There's no 100% um, formula for a perfect relationship. I mean, long-term relationships, when you really look at it naturally from a natural perspective, it's, well, it's something that we came up with. It's not something that nature intended for us to do. So again, it has to be a conscious choice. It has to be a conscious choice, you know. Um, what else? What else? Yeah, it's like, yeah, a relationship with a woman isn't like in the Hollywood movies. So I do implore you to learn this stuff. What's going on in each of the relationship phases, so that you know what's going on, that you really know, you understand the process, so that you won't be flabbergasted when you suddenly feel different, and that you're weirded out, by the change in your body's chemistry. Does that make sense? you know so you know so that also, so that you know that the natural relationship cycle will come to an end, and so that you can rationally think about things like, are we a great match, even without the being in love, and the constantly humping each other like rabbits, like 3, 4, 5 times a day. Like, are we still a great match after we're not so high anymore on hormones? Do we match as people? I mean, that's a great question to ask, even when you feel that lust. you know do we match as people? Do we have enough ground to stand on together after all those good feelings are gone? And is she a person that I want to invest my time in, my resources in, my energy? Is she that person? So those are really good questions to ask. Yeah. So if there's, I mean, still, yeah, yeah, Jeremy. Well, you know what, man? Now you know. Now you know. And well, what would you do differently this time, Jeremy? What would you do this time? What would you do different based on what you know right now and what I've told you? Is there something that sparked your creativity, and is there something that you would use in the next possible relationship? Then we have Dante. Dante is also online. How are you doing, Dante? Good to see you. I've been 8 years in a strong multi-level attraction and connection relationship. What do you suggest to keep it up, keep it growing? So what do you mean with a multi-level attraction and connection relationship, Dante? What does that mean? if you could type that out real quickly, then I'll be happy to share my thoughts with you. So, you know what? Let me recap a little bit what we've been talking about, because I see that there's still new people jumping online. Well, the core of this Rick Dutch Monday Live was relationships, and how the relationship cycle basically ends at 3.5 to 4 years. Nature has done its thing, and the levels of emotions that you feel for the person that you're with, they will go down. Yeah, it will happen. But if you know what to do, and if you understand that it's going to happen, if you know what to do, and if you align with the person that you're with, yeah, if you, after the lust and after the rabbital sex, and I don't even know if that's a word, rabbital. Doesn't matter, as long as you know what I mean. You know, all after all the humping, after all the sex, after all the passion, if that is not fed by Mother Nature, is that person still the person that you want to be with? Yeah. If that's a yes, you can invest some time and energy. You have to, if you want to, you can, to reload your how did I call that earlier? Your batteries of passion, something like that. So what it is that you can do is create excitement. Yeah, because it helps with releasing adrenaline. So go and do new stuff, go do exciting stuff, go to a club together, have some fun. Yeah, go to theme parks. I mean, I still really enjoy going to a theme park, you know, like going through those rides and getting that rush of emotions. Hey, I've been in the highest theme park in the world. No, the highest joyride, together with Sean and some other guys. It was really cool, actually. It was on top of the Stratosphere Tower. I don't know, Sean, if you're still online, do you remember like getting shut up there, and like you had that view all over the strip, Las Vegas Strip? It was scary as fuck. But when I went down, I mean, afterwards, I was high on adrenaline. I was high. I was hyped. I was, you know, I felt the adrenaline, and that's what you want to have together with a person that you love. Yeah, to boost that adrenaline every now and then. The other thing that you can do to reload your battery of passion is to consciously, like, really do it. If you're not motivated, still do it. Give your girl a hug, like every single day. Do it. Give her a hug, 8 to 10 seconds at least, like really strong hug. Not one of these, no, but a really strong hug. Yeah, so that she feels the power of your presence. Yeah, because after 7 seconds, your brain starts to release certain emotions, certain what was it, oxytocin. Yeah, hugging, kissing, passionately kissing, not those ugh, you know, like, no, a real kiss, like you look her in the eyes with passion in your eyes, you know, like she's the girl that you love and you choose to invest in. You give her a big kiss, and orgasming together, it releases oxytocin. So there you have it. Fun stuff. Dopamine, oxytocin. It strengthens the sense of connection between you and your lady. And that's important if you want to maintain a healthy, long living relationship. It's super important. Let me go back to Dante. Yeah, if you want to keep it up, use Viagra. That we are connected in many ways and many forms. Well, like Shawn Michaels says, you know, go on adventures together, do some new things together, explore together, have certain goals together. common goals. I mean, that's what strengthens the bond. You know, like what I did with my girl, is I mean, salsa lessons. Salsa. I mean, it was something that I would personally never do. I looked at it and I was like, man, that's fucking gay, man. Why would I, me as a man, you know, dance salsa? But I did it. I put myself, I took that step outside of my comfort zone, and now I absolutely love it. I love to do it. You know, I see the joy in her eyes. You know, when I twirl her around and I look in it, you know, I give her that naughty look before I turn her around and spin her. And, you know, and when I make her spin besides me, I give her a quick pat, you know, a smack on the ass, and she laughs. And, you know, it's fun. It's fun, you know, so do some fun things together, something that you would never do, and do that. Go and do that together. Yeah, right. I mean, the battery of passion, you need to charge it. You need to do so. Okay. So, yeah, guys, look, if there's no more questions, if there's something that you want to ask it now, because on these subjects right now, I have nothing more to add, nothing more to say. So I want to leave that right here, for it to sink in with you guys. Really, I've got a shitload more to talk about, but I think for now it's enough to make you think. Yeah, next week I'm going to update you on my personal relational situation. Like I said in the start, we're also right now in a point where I really have to like be smart about it, and yeah, get that going in a way that is positive for the both of us. Yeah, not just for me, for the both of us, because that's something that I really believe in 100%, is that if it's only valuable for me but not for her, quit. You know, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to try and influence her in any way to keep a girl with me just because it makes me feel good. It has to be positive and valuable for the both. Yeah, for the both of you. And it's super important for me personally. Also, what I would like to say is that if you are not yet in our relationship management group, then get your ass in there. Yeah, find us on Facebook, Relationship Management by 3SR, 3-second rule. Get your ass in there, because that's where we talk relationship stuff. Yeah, that's where we talk beyond the game of pickup. Yeah, we are actually going to talk about and share life views about the game of life. Yeah, because that's how I view it. The pickup is one part, but then it's really when it starts, you know, relationships. That's where the real ups and downs are happening. So, and also, if you know, throw your questions in there in the relationship management group, and I'll take them from there. You know, so next week I'm going to share my vision, my experiences when it comes to your specific challenges. Yeah. So I would like to thank you for your time. It was my absolute pleasure. Next week, same time, same place, I'm going to be here. We're going to talk more in depth about relationships, about my personal experiences, my views, how I've gotten to get those views. That might be very inspiring for you as well. And I love you guys. This is what I'm doing it for. I wish I had such opportunities when I was younger to learn from people who have gotten the beating of life already, but they weren't really forums. Well, the forums started to grow, but now there's so much opportunity to learn from people like Sean, Sebastian, me, all the other guys, you know, our entire team, valuable group of guys, which I really enjoy working together with. So plug in, learn, implement, bump your head against the wall, learn again, implement even further, implement more, learn, grow, and become the man that you really want to be, the man that women desire to be with. Yeah. Because even me, with my bald, shiny head, women love me, man. So thank you. It was my absolute pleasure. Someone's bumping the hearts. Thank you for that. I'll see you guys next week. Stay strong and be gone.